Hi, I am Julie, and I will never forget the night I stayed at Emily's house. It was my first sleepover in America, my first time visiting a friend's house here. I was excited, but also a little nervous. Emily was my only friend since I moved from France, and she was always kind to me. But something about her house made me feel uneasy the moment I stepped inside. It was an old house, much bigger than I expected. The wooden floor creaked under my feet, and the air smelled like dust and something else I couldn't recognize. Strange paintings of serious-looking people covered the wall, their dark eyes following me as I walked in. A chill ran down my spine, but I told myself it was just my imagination. "Come, I'll show you my room," Emily said, grabbing my hand. She was smiling, full of energy. But as we walked upstairs, I felt something strange. The hallway was dim, with old yellow lights flickering above us. We passed a closed door, and suddenly I heard it. A whisper, soft, almost like a breath against my ear. "You shouldn't be here." I stopped. My heart started pounding. I turned around quickly, but there was nothing. Just the empty hallway behind me. "Did you say something?" I asked Emily, trying to keep my voice steady. She looked at me, confused. "No, why?" I forced a smile. "Nothing," I mumbled. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I was just nervous. But as we reached her room, the feeling of being watched didn't go away. Emily's room was bright and warm, covered in fairy lights and posters. It felt safe, different from the rest of the house. We sat on her bed, talking about school and movies. Slowly, I started to relax. Maybe it was just the old house making strange noises. Then, Emily's mom called us for dinner. We went downstairs, and her family was kind, asking me about France and helping me with my English. I smiled, feeling more comfortable, but deep down, something still felt wrong. As I ate my food, I could not shake the feeling that someone or something was watching me. After dinner, Emily and I went back to her room. I tried to focus on having fun, but the strange feeling in my stomach wouldn't go away. The house felt too quiet, like it was holding its breath. I kept thinking about the whisper in the hallway. Maybe it was just the wind. Maybe I imagined it. But no matter how much I tried to forget, the words stayed in my mind. "You shouldn't be here." Emily grabbed a stack of board games from her shelf. "Let's play something," she said excitedly. I nodded, trying to act normal. We started a game, and for a while, I felt okay. We laughed when we made mistakes, and I felt like a normal teenager having a sleepover. But then, the lights flickered. I looked up. The fairy lights on Emily's wall blinked for a second, then went back to normal. "Did you see that?" I asked. Emily shrugged. "Yeah, the power does that sometimes. It's an old house." She didn't seem worried, so I tried to ignore it. But then we heard it, a creaking noise, slow, steady, coming from the hallway. I felt my body go cold. Emily froze too, her eyes wide. "Maybe it's my brother," she whispered. But something about the sound didn't feel right. It wasn't footsteps, it was like something was dragging across the floor. Emily stood up and walked to the door. She pulled it open and peeked outside. I held my breath, waiting. The hallway was empty. Emily sighed in relief and smiled. "See? Nothing." She turned back to me, but at that moment, I saw it. A shadow, standing at the end of the hallway. Tall, still, watching us. My heart stopped. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. It wasn't Emily's brother. It wasn't anyone I recognized. I grabbed Emily's arm, my fingers digging into her skin. "Emily," I whispered. She saw my face and turned quickly, but when she looked, the shadow was gone. She laughed nervously. "You scared me, Julie. There's nothing there." But I knew what I saw. and deep inside, I knew something was very, very wrong. I couldn't sleep. After Emily turned off the lights, I lay in my sleeping bag on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My mind kept replaying what I had seen, the shadow at the end of the hallway. Emily had laughed it off, but I knew what I saw. It wasn't a trick of the light. Someone was there, watching us. The house was silent except for the sound of the wind against the windows. Emily was already asleep, her slow breathing the only thing keeping me calm. I turned on my side and pulled my blanket tighter around me. Maybe I was just imagining things. Maybe I was just tired. And then I heard it. A whisper. Software right next to my ear. "Julie." I froze. My entire body went cold. My breath caught in my throat. I didn't move. I forced myself to turn my head, heart pounding so hard I thought it would burst. The room was dark, only the soft glow of the fairy lights lighting the walls. Emily was still asleep. No one else was there. The whisper came again, closer this time. "Julie, get out." I gasped and shut up, my hands gripping my blanket. My eyes darted around the room. The door was closed. The windows were locked. No one was here, but I could feel it. The presence. Something was in this house. I scrambled to wake Emily, shaking her shoulder. "Emily, wake up," I whispered, my voice shaking. She groaned and rolled over, opening her eyes. "What?" she muttered sleepily. "There's something in this house," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. I heard it. It whispered my name. Emily sat up, rubbing her eyes. "Julie, you're scaring yourself." "No," I said firmly. "I heard it, and I saw something earlier, in the hallway." Emily frowned. She looked at me, really looked at me, and I saw the doubt in her eyes change. "You saw something?" she asked, her voice quieter now. I nodded. "A shadow at the end of the hallway." Emily's face paled. I swallowed hard. "You don't think this house is haunted, do you?" Emily hesitated. Then, in the darkness, she whispered, "There's something I didn't tell you." The room suddenly felt colder. "What do you mean?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Emily looked at the door, as if she was afraid someone, or something, was listening. Then she turned back to me. "Julie, you're not the first person to see it." My heart skipped a beat. "What do you mean I'm not the first person to see it?" I whispered, gripping my blanket tightly. Emily swallowed hard. She looked nervous, like she wasn't sure if she should tell me. But after a long pause, she sighed. "This house, it's old," she said quietly. "A long time ago, a girl named Lily lived here. She was my great-aunt. One night, she disappeared. No one ever found her." A chill ran down my spine. "Disappeared?" I repeated. Emily nodded. "My grandma told me that before she vanished, she kept saying she saw something. A shadow watching her. She heard whispers at night, just like you." I felt the blood drain from my face. This wasn't my imagination. This wasn't just in my head. "What happened to her?" I asked. "No one knows," Emily whispered. "But after she vanished, my family locked the attic. They said it was cursed." I turned to her. "The attic?" Emily hesitated, then pointed to the ceiling. My eyes followed her hand, and I saw it. A small square door in the ceiling, the attic entrance. At that moment, a loud thud echoed above us. We both jumped. The sound came from inside the attic. Something was up there. Emily grabbed my arm. "Julie, we have to leave," she whispered. But I couldn't move. My body was frozen with fear. The whisper came again, louder this time. "Help me," Emily gasped. I squeezed my eyes shut, my breathing shaky. Then, bang! The attic door shook violently, like something was trying to get out. We screamed. Without thinking, we ran. Emily threw the bedroom door open, and we bolted down the hallway. The air was freezing, and I felt something behind me. Something dark, something watching. We reached the front door and yanked it open. The moment we stepped outside, the air suddenly felt warm again. The house fell silent, no whispers, no noises. We stood there, panting, staring at the house. It looked normal, but I knew the truth. Something lived there. Something wanted out. I turned to Emily. "I'm never coming back here." She nodded. "I don't blame you." That was the first and last sleepover at Emily's house. But even now, when I close my eyes, I still hear it, a whisper. "Julie, help me. Do you believe in ghosts? If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Have you ever had a spooky experience? Tell us in the comments.